Scott, thanks very much for joining us. You're obviously leader of Stirling Council. In terms of the sort of smart cities agenda, I guess what are the main initiatives that you're putting in place in Stirling?
We're actually tailoring our smart cities agenda into the wider city deal agenda. So, for example, we've got our smart energy project, which is developing a hub where there's an energy platform that monitors and reviews peak energy across 30 council-owned buildings. That's available to identify real-time energy usage, but also to identify energy wastage and energy consumption and how we can reduce that to become more green. That's linked in, for example, with our partnership with Scottish Water, which is to actually take heat out of waste sewage water and actually use that heat to heat our buildings in a community heating network. So that's a really exciting state-of-the-art technology, and we're really excited about how we can extend that, but also use a range of renewable sources where we can replace the reliance on carbon fuels.
And initiatives like digital districts are part of the city deal. I guess, what are you doing to foster innovation in the city?
In terms of fostering innovation, we have converted our municipal buildings in partnership with Codebase to develop entrepreneurs looking at innovating the digital agenda, because as we know, people have referred to it as the fourth industrial revolution, and what we need to do is we need to be at the forefront of that technology in order to ensure the prosperity of Stirling, our citizens, and indeed the greater Scottish economy. So in terms of that partnership, it's essential that we harness our youth. So we've certainly got a great initiative going on through Codebase in terms of learning coding to our school children in both primary and secondary schools. Obviously, in some of our most disadvantaged areas, that is creating opportunities that would have been unthinkable only a few years ago. And that's trying to engender innovation and new thinking and getting our youngsters to think out of the box. So it's really exciting. Some of the initiatives that are going on. So it's creating, as a public authority, as being an enabler to create that innovation, but also learning across the piece in terms of our other cities within the Cities Alliance, of how we can learn from good practice and drive that forward. And having those common digital platforms right across the 7 cities, we have interoperable systems that can compare and contrast, and we can learn effectively in terms of driving forward the digital agenda.
And how important is investing in the right connectivity and infrastructure to deliver on these strategies?
Very simply, if we are to achieve our outcomes, it is critical for the future prosperity of our communities right across the Stirling Council area. We have a critical comparative advantage in being the first gigabit city in the UK with superfast broadband. So this gives us the platform to maximise digital opportunities in terms of 5G technologies right across both the public and private sectors, in terms of how can we develop the digital agenda even more. And we have a council area the equivalent size of Luxembourg. So we've got a beautiful rural hinterland with the Loch Lomond and Trossachs National Park, where we have really small but vibrant communities. But it's important that we have bespoke platforms that can give them digital connectivity. And we're certainly rolling out digital hubs in these small centres of population so that we can have sustainable communities in our rural area, stimulate sustainable economic growth within those communities, and make them vibrant, living areas for the 21st century.
Great, really interesting to see the developments there at Stirling, and also that connection, I think, between both the urban and the rural areas in being able to create smart solutions. Thanks very much for joining us, Scott.
Thank you.